Hey everybody. So today is Tuesday night, and so probably Wednesday by the time this uploads. But I weighed in yesterday, and I'm down 3 pounds, so now I'm 326 pounds, which is better than last week. So I'll take anything that is in the going down. Um, but today I wanted to talk to y'all about something that's been weighing pretty heavy on me. It's about parents and about their reactions. Um, so my parents didn't have a great reaction to me being transgender. They didn't have a great reaction to me coming out as a lesbian when I identified as a female. So it took me a long time to accept how they reacted, and it took me a really long time to believe that it was okay the way that they reacted. So, real quick backstory so you know sort of where I'm coming from is my father is in his mid 70s, my mother is in her early 60s, my sister is 12 years older than I am, and I'm 25. So that sort of gives you a range of ages. So they are older than most parents of people who are my age. And my mom has worked in a church for more than 40 years. So all of her adult life, she's worked in a church. She's now a pastor, and my sister is has worked in churches for a long time as well. So, sort of give you a background, I knew that they wouldn't react very great to me coming out, but it was a bit rougher than I had hoped it would be. So when I was 19, they found out through the grapevine, through a text message that got passed around somehow, that I was dating a girl. Well, so my world sort of exploded out of nowhere in a matter of a minute to me. But they were mad, they were angry, it was awful. I felt very alone. I felt very scared. I didn't know what to do, and I was mad. I was so mad. I was so pissed that they reacted the way that they did. And all I could think about was how can they react like that? I'm their family. How can they toss me aside? How can they throw me out? How can they disown me? How can they do all of these things? And why are they mad at me for this? Because this is just who I am. This is how I was born, and why does it matter? So I was pissed. Eventually, they came around. I gave them space. I gave them a lot of space, and then they didn't like that, but it needed to happen. Sorry about that. So right as things were starting to get better, though, I had done a lot of soul searching and discovered that I was transgender and that I needed to transition in order for my life quality to go up. So I came out to them. This time I got to come out to them. This time I told them. And I told them in a letter. And their reaction immediately was okay. They were like, it's fine, whatever, we figured, no big deal. Then 24 hours passed. And again, they freaked out. I got a phone call at 6 in the morning from my mom, yelling at me, screaming, saying, you were born a girl, you're a girl, you can't play God, blah, 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 freaking out. Really bad. Made me feel really alone, made me feel like I had nobody, made me feel like I was hated, like I was the black sheep of the family. It was awful. It was a horrible feeling. And felt like I had lost all the progress that we had gained. So that was about 3.5 years ago. Maybe just about 3 years ago. I don't know, somewhere along that timeline. So now things are a lot better. They're still not 100% there, but my mom has gone to bat for me a few times with people who have said really rude or even not that rude things, but she's definitely gone to bat for me, and my sister goes to bat for me all the time. And my father um, doesn't have the worst reactions to me anymore. So that's an improvement from where it was. So this is a long drawn out story, but the point to all of this is that it took me a long time, a lot of soul searching, to figure out why they reacted like that. And I believe that the reason that they reacted like that is because they were going through grief, because they had to grieve the person that they believed me to be in order to accept me as who I am now. And though I didn't change at all, I think, I mean, I haven't gone on testosterone yet, so I haven't changed completely. Like, my facial structure hasn't changed. But it took them a long time to realize that, like, I am the same person, and that I didn't just up and decide this one day. But they had to go through the grieving process of being angry and initially freaking out, and then being sad, and then denying it. And then they eventually got to the point where they could accept it and believe that it was okay to accept. So when I thought back on it, though, I had sort of done the same thing. When I first thought about it, I was like, no way, I can't. That can't be me. That cannot be me. And then I thought about it more, and I was angry because that was me. That I am transgender, and that sucks. To be honest, I wish that I could just have been born in the correct body, and that I wouldn't have to be transgender, because my life would have been a lot easier. But that's not the way that it works. So it took me a long time to accept it too, and I finally did. But I realized that they were going through the same sort of reaction where they freaked out and they had to adjust and they had to be mad and they had to realize that I wasn't changing the person who I am in my heart, that I was still going to be the same human being who loved the same sort of things, who did the same things, who talked in the same way, who cared about them, and they needed that time. So I encourage you, if you are having a similar situation, to take the time that you need to heal from the way that they reacted. And you can be mad. That's totally fine to be pissed off, to not understand. But also to have hope that they might come around. So I hope that helped somebody. I hope that it made sense. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, hit me up in the comments. Message me. You can also find me on Tumblr. Transman Opera Singer is my username there. So hit me up, ask me any questions there if you'd like. And yeah, part 2 will be coming soon, and it's advice to parents. So I'll talk to y'all in a couple days. Thanks. Bye.